Welcome to the post show for the Monster Jam World Finals. As we are here now live on YouTube, as the Monster Jam World Finals has just occurred at Salt Lake City, Utah. And what a fantastic 3 days this was in that location. And they're going to do it again next year. We're going to talk about all of it here on the season finale of the main part of the year for the TF Motorsports podcast. I'm Thomas Frasco, and I'm joined here with Jared, or Super Baymax Zero, as we usually have seen him in the past, and we're calling him here Jared on the podcast here. Jared, welcome on in.
Thanks, Thomas. I'm glad to be back in here. Finally got my Wi-Fi cable fixed up because my neighbor snipped it up. I don't want to talk about it right now, but finals. It's been pretty interesting as well.
Yep, definitely, and just seeing the event go through all these different things and go through the schedule change. And it's definitely been a wild weekend so far, but now we get to put that behind us. We got the next one coming up. We're going to talk about it, give our honest thoughts about it here on the podcast. Thank everybody for joining here, live here on TF Motorsports, as we are going to kick things off with qualifying night. So, after the press conference happened, they went and they actually had like little bumps like at the end of the hill for when they're returning on the stands. I guess maybe some of the drivers didn't like it, I guess, I'm not sure, but they decided to actually make some changes. And one of those changes was to take out that that little hill after their huge turn. And what led to that was just crazy like finishes. Like they were catching like some serious speed on both qualifying and racing. Now, Jared, did you think that like made the races better, or did you think it might have had maybe a negative effect? What do you think?
Well, let's just say it's a 50-50 for basically anything that goes. And like many people actually said, the blue lane was giving a lot of people trouble, as you probably already talked about it as well. And it's a 50-50 call for this. And if anything goes, and hey, whatever, I just say sit back and enjoy the carnage, whatever happens.
And yeah, honestly, it made things really crazy and very exciting. That's my opinion on that. Now, unfortunately, before we even started the Monster Jam World Finals, Jamie Sullivan got into a incident with their recently, I think they recently got like a guard dog, and the guard dog ended up biting her on the face, and she actually got an infection, so she had to take care of that. So that's why she didn't make the World Finals again. Thoughts and prayers go to Jamie Sullivan. Hope you have a speedy recovery. And it just really sucks that had to happen.
Indeed. I'm actually hearing this the first time right now, Thomas, and hopefully she makes a speedy recovery as well.
Yep, so because of that situation, the last chance qualifier went from the driver who won the competition to the drivers in the top two. So pretty much whoever wins their semifinal race made it on in. So now I'm going into my notes here for Thursday night. So the LC,
I believe Matt Cody and Cole Bernard actually went in, if I'm correct.
Yep, it was Matt Cody and Cole Bernard. So in that, it was pretty competitive, and I gotta say, Triton Robbins, he was close. Like, he was close getting into that main field. If he didn't have like engine problems, he would have made it to that main field. Like, he was on it, and this is like I think this is his first major Monster Jam Stadium event, and it's the freaking World Finals, or LCQ.
I believe so. And he left no disappointment with the with the Chattanooga Choo Choo, as Black Backpack Channel Productions would say.
So yeah, I gotta say, even though that he didn't make it in, he still, I think he made us proud for how hard he worked on that. But yeah,
Or as
Matt.
Hero would probably say, go full boogie tilt.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Matt Cody. He finally gets into the main field after last season, where he gave the spot to Dalton Leitner, and then Cole Bernard got demoted to the LCQ and worked his way right back up. So very entertaining. And the fastest qualifier for the main field was none other than Blake Ranger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Blake Ranger, what I was pulling for him. I'll talk about racing later, but I was seeing his run, and boy, he was fast.
Well, we're gonna get to Blake Ranger later on, so
Yeah,
just saying that was not the only thing that he won. Which we'll get to some Blake Ranger praise at the end of it. So let's go to the Friday event. Friday didn't start, I think, until like an extra hour later. I was at a party and I was just kind of checking from time to time, and the worst fears of the new schedule was coming up, and that was a thunderstorm and rain, and then nothing the next day. But however, it didn't look like it affected the track that badly, so that's good. It just kind of watered it down like a dirt track. But if it rained longer, then it would have actually fully became a huge issue. Now, Jared, do you think the this format is gonna stay, or do you think the format's gonna shift back to the original for the next Salt Lake event?
my guess is they're probably going to keep this format, but I know some people, like myself included, wanted to go for the old format and just have them all in. Well, basically, have all racing in one day, and then the rest of it have goes with freestyle, like we used to experience back then. But yeah, but if something happens, like, hey, say for example, from well, I want to say it was actually in Orlando's World Finals. They actually had the over under track. They actually got rained out on day one, and after the championship race, which, in my opinion, is one of the craziest races as I've ever seen in my head, hands down, that Matt Cody ever raced in. But yeah, uh, I'm curious to see if they ever have something like this. Are they gonna do something like what they did at but the World Finals Matt Cody won in?
Yeah, we shall see eventually. Going in now to the racing competition when they finally got it picked up. Started off with actually no, they started off with the first stunt, the Tech Deck Rec Deck stunt, where we had Bryce Kenny showcasing his new ride before he drove.
And he actually debuted this at the pit party, actually, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he actually debuted this like a week before, I think, the World Finals. It was at that X Games event. Showed off the truck, and now they did a stunt where it looked like they had something extra added on the back on like the bottom of the truck to make this work, but they had him go down the hill and then grind on this like designed rail, and then just sent it off the middle ramp, and then tried to do a nose wheelie with a new fabricated ramp that they made, and then did a backflip. That's it. Um, Honestly, I liked it, honestly, because he just went, instead of just like where he just went and like went down the hill and went on the rail and just stopped. He just went down the rail and then just went right to the middle of the main ski jump, and then just kept on going. Like, that honestly was pretty sick, though again, I wish the truck design was a little bit more truckish, I think. Like maybe like some sort of like a pickup body with like a graffiti design on the pickup. I think that'd be a little bit more easier on the eye.
Right. Hey, because like my thoughts on both the truck and the Encore actually. The truck is decent, but like you said, I wish it was kind of like a pickup, but add also the skateboard on top of it. Like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then Encore to me was decent. I mean, I like the first half of it, but I don't know. But I gotta say, it's cool to see a freaking monster truck just grind on the rail.
Shows you how far we've come from that. Let's go on over to let's see. The racing
First,
oh
though,
yeah,
Thomas,
oh yeah.
I want. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to actually talk about some of the reveals at the pit party, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of great reveals in there. I gotta say, the Stars and Stripes were amazing. We got reveals for Matt Cody, I guess Fernando Martinez for El Toro Loco, and then Tyler Duke, which also, I just want to say, hey, congrats on an amazing career, Tyler Duke. If you aren't aware of this, Tyler Duke had actually announced he is stepping away from the sport at the moment.
Yep, and we will get to that as well once we get to the second half of racing.
Right. And then a lot of great, hey, things like a new host a truck for tomfoolery, called Misfire, and then amazing other names as well. And then we also got Team Throttle Monsters reveal, which is called Shell Shock, a new ride Dalton Weiner is actually made. I got my thoughts on all of them. And Thomas, if you want to do it, just go right ahead.
Yeah, so there's plenty of different trucks that got revealed there. First off, I'm surprised JCB didn't get a Stars and Stripe paint because I saw on the concept on the trailer and on the double pack for like the toys that are out there, they had like a JCB Stars and Stripes. So I'm surprised. Maybe they're saving it for next year. Who knows? Because they're going to be back on the 4th of July weekend next year, so we'll see. Maybe it's just an early concept. But yes, I think again with really any of the renders, like El Toro Loco, and honestly, this might sound a little bit to others, but honestly, the Sparkle Smash one as well. The render looked bad, but when I started seeing pictures and videos from like in person, it honestly made it a little bit more better because I think it's like the shading or just glossing from both trucks.
Right.
Like the Ultra,
This is kind of
yeah,
almost.
yeah. Just wanted to say
Right. Go ahead, Thomas.
like the Ultra Loco one, uh, that one with the Stars and Stripes one. You saw like the blue was a little light, but then now they brought it in person, and now the blue is like a nice darker blue, and I think we shouldn't really like judge the renders. I think we should just judge the truck design in person. So like for now on, if they see a render, I'm not really gonna really judge it yet. I'll judge it when it's in person, which honestly they all look much better in
Right.
person.
Right. And it's kind of like, hey, when also hey, Friday night reveals. The Gravediggers got their reveals, and I'm sure you know about this, Thomas.
Oh, yep, on Friday night. So Tyler Menega. Let's start off with Tyler. So the updated Gravedigger design, um, it kept most of the things the same, but the tombstones, is what they kind of changed. They rearranged them, and I'm gonna try to pull up the photo here, and we'll look at it on the Discord because I got them somewhere. But
Okay, yeah, this is actually the first time I'm seeing this, so I'll look at it with you.
yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on stream. See if you want to like go to there. So just scrolling up. So while I'm scrolling up, I'll just say so like they started with like the like right underneath the Gravedigger lettering, they had like a Monster Jam logo on one of the tombstones. They went and they also had like the Dennis tombstone moved to the like to where the house is. They added all the Gravedigger drivers on another tombstone, and then they had some updated trucks, and they actually kept a few trucks too on those tombstones. And yes, we will get to that photo. So while I'm getting to that photo, Also, talk about the other Gravedigger trucks that we saw through
Yeah,
stream.
Adam Harrison bringing back heck one of the old brides who Greater the Legend. Truck body is all right. I wish I would have had a little bit more of that old schoolish kind like he drew back in I want to say 2011 through 2014 if I'm correct.
He
But
also drove in
yeah, it's
2015. He shifted to Gravedigger in 2016.
right. Right, that's right. But yeah, like Christian, a great hate reveal for Grandma Gravedigger. The body looks all right. I just wish they raised it up a little bit though. But then Weston Harrison bringing the primer Gravedigger red looks amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
And yeah, with those trucks,
Yeah.
it just I think with the Legend and the Red Primer, I'm pretty sure they brought them back from the 40th anniversary encore that happened back in Orlando, which up
Oh
to this
yeah,
up
it
to
looks kind of like that actually. I think it
yeah
is.
yeah I think they brought those from that, and believe it or not, that's actually the last technical encore of the World Finals, which again we will talk about that when we get to the end of freestyle. Um, but for Grandma Gravedigger, it looks like they redid the whole body because obviously you saw the little cut on the top, you saw the paint was starting to kind of look faded in a way, so it looked like they just went right back to the drawing board and just refreshed the whole truck, and I think it worked perfectly.
Right, and giving it that old hope aesthetic look, because like this was the legend, and then painted that was actually painted into what the Gravedigger we see today, and I think they did amazing with it.
Okay, so I went to the USHRA server for the photos, so all right, so right here, so this is a close up for the new Gravedigger paint. This part's kind of cut off, but this is the Dennis tombstone where it says uh, established in 1982 by Dennis Anderson. Max D, Maximum Destruction tombstone, fittingly enough, right next to Dennis's. You got Monster Mutt, Earthshaker, Zombie, Thunderoris, Dragon, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, Sparkle Smash, Monster Mutt, and crazy enough, Blue Thunder is actually still here. Then we have
Mm.
then we also have a Monster Jam logo, the Monster Jam logo, Monster Jam tombstone with MonsterJam.com, Spin Master, Rest in Pieces up there, and then the tombstone with all the active drivers, which is Adam Anderson, Charlie Pauken, Kristen Anderson, Matt Cody, Ryan Anderson with Son of a Digger, Tyler Menega, and Weston Anderson. And the other thing they did was now add yellow to the paint job, which is on the different tombstones. Some of them just having yellow text, others having like a mixture of both green and yellow. I thought that was a pretty nice touch. So what's your thoughts on this updated version of the Gravedigger design?
Well, if you can actually share screen with me, because I can't see it.
Oh, well, just pull it up on screen, or through the stream that I have. It's actually up right now.
Oh, let me. Hey, I wish I could actually pull it up right now. I forgot to open the stream real quick. But yeah, amazing reveals as well. And I'm just gonna. Oh, oh, I didn't notice this actually.
Yeah, this is the
Oh
updated.
my.
This is the updated Gravedigger design. It also looked like they kind of like made sure that the ghost looked perfectly accurate to like the renders looks like it looks very very polished, and it looks like it took a lot of time to make. I think honestly might be one of the cleanest Gravediggers.
Yeah, honestly, it looks pretty clean as well. It looks amazing.
Yep. And then of course take a look at the other side, so you can see a little bit of a better look at these tombstones over here. And I am glad that they still had the United States Hot Rod Association logo right here. I'm glad they kept it. And again, as I said, the rest in pieces tombstone right here I thought was a pretty neat touch. So they pretty much added extra tombstones and kind of made some things also a little bit more fancy, and I do like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, enough pit party talk though. Let's get to the main event, shall we?
Yep. So back to the results. So going into Friday, Todd LeDuc would be the one on top in that part of racing. So he would wait to the next day. Going into the Utah Sports Commission Two Wheel Skills Championship, there was a lot of attempts to try to get some good hits, a lot of crashes, but Tristan England, JCB Digatron, went ahead and got the win. Didn't do I think he didn't do something as mind blowing, though. One thing that honestly you can kind of qualify as that is the main part of the first run. After he walked it for a little bit, he walked it up a pretty darn sharp hill and barely tilted the truck forward or back. Like he kept the form the entire time. So I'd say well-deserved victory for Tristan England and JCB, and fittingly enough, at the 80th anniversary of JCB. Did you see the skills
Indeed.
competition?
I have not had actually. I was busy at my grandmother's that day,
Mm.
if I'm correct. But yeah, Tristan England, what a had a performance he put on there. And yeah,
Also, I gotta say one thing. I see quite a few comments that say this is like the worst skills championship ever. You guys should take a look at the
uh,
Nashville World Championship. That one was pretty lackluster. Okay, so going into freestyle, there were some pretty sick runs. Weston Anderson, Red Primer Gravedigger, he aired it out and he had a crazy crash at the end. Mike Pag and Excalibur, crazy run. Cynthia Gauthier, Wild Save, and Lucas Stabilizer. Like the list goes on. Like there was a lot of good runs. I think like the only one that had like a lackluster run, I think, was Kristen Anderson. But then you also had Cody Saucier, who had a pretty nasty crash in Dragon and Freestyle, but thankfully he's okay. So at the end of Friday, Zach Garner pulled off a sick freestyle, got some big air, broke off a tire though halfway through, unfortunately, but he kept going with that broke tire, and then he just rode that truck to the ground. Like he just kept on going. The engine was starting to give out, and then he went off a corner and blew the tire off. So that brought him into the lead going into the next day. So did you see parts of Friday's freestyle, or did you not get to?
I actually have seen some of it, including Zach's freestyle. That man literally going full boogie tilt, pants down, as they would always say back in T-Ray. But yeah, I'm hoping he would actually get a chance to win that, but we'll talk more on that very soon. But Zach Gardner, I gotta say that's one of a great run he did.
Yep, and then they ended off the night with the fireworks, and then we got to Saturday, which I was able to see quite a few of it. Oh yeah, he ripped the rim right off the truck. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Random. Yeah, so that run though was crazy, and I thought he had that in the bag, but again, yeah, Clay, it's split in half. Yeah, yeah, I think I saw a photo on Facebook, and yeah, it looked fucking shredded. Going into Saturday, we started off with the JCB stunt, and it was like a huge styrofoam like robot thing, and I've seen
Actually,
like oh, what's up?
it's actually supposed to represent one of the play sets. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah,
it at the Smashatron on set. I don't actually have it though.
yeah. I was gonna say it represents the stunt or the play set, and I've seen people say that this one was pretty shit, but come on, it's a truck smashing through something. But honestly,
If y'all
it
don't
was
love
really
destruction, you need to go somewhere else, please.
yeah, that stunt honestly was so cool. Like just seeing the height that he got and then him going and just kicking the head off the robot and then just like smashing through and then just like
I'm gonna probably
crashing
have
on
pitchforks going right after me right
yeah.
now. Go right ahead, Thomas. Sorry.
Yeah, then it was like yeah, then he like crashed on landing. Tristan was okay, but holy cow, that was a cool stunt. And I think the fireworks also helped it.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm sorry to anybody who hates his films, but that was like watching something out of a Michael Bay film.
Nah, I think if you were watching a Michael Bay movie, it would probably be a lot more explosions, even for no reason. Like you're trying to eat a cereal and it just explodes. That's a Michael Bay movie. Anyway,
Okay, let's move on.
yeah, I just wanted to say it. I know it probably the meme has died like 10 years ago, but I don't care. I still find it funny. All right, so going into the
All right.
rest of the racing competition, Zach Garner made it back to the final round. Then they did their warm ups, and then the championship occurred. Zach Garner, after pulling off the line, broke the front steering, and he was done right away. And this was pretty much a storybook ending. Todd LeDuc, in his final World Finals and final competitive event, he went and he got the racing championship. And this is his third championship overall, his second racing championship, and fittingly enough, 10 years ago, he got his first racing title, which was back in Metal Militia at World Final 16. And after the long time of Megalodon being in competition since 2018, this is the first championship that Megalodon with that team has ever won. And fittingly enough, it's with Todd LeDuc at the helm. So, again, crazy ending, and just shocking though that Todd's retiring this soon. But it's just what it is. I think he just needs to. I think he wants to spend more time either with his family or with his business that he also has. But either way, he had 2017. Okay, yeah, sorry that I butchered that one. But yeah, he had a great career. He had that iconic freestyle at World Finals 15, got that LeDuc leap as people call it, and the backflips and the crash. World Finals 16. 1 year later, after his freestyle win, he got his racing victory over Ryan Anderson. Then he got in a little bit of a slump. Didn't really get any championships except a points title in Monster Energy. Though, yeah, when he stepped into Monster Energy, that also suited him, so he got really, really good in that truck. He got another LeDuc leap at World Finals 20. Then Monster Energy ended their partnership. He switched over to the truck that he started in, Blue Thunder, in 2022. Had a great run in that truck. And then 2023, he had his tenure in Megalodon, which was 3 whole seasons. 2023, he was kind of on the Megalodon truck, though he did get that LeDuc, what was it, the LeDuc loop, as he did that huge backflip, though, that messed up his back a little bit. But after that, he started playing it safe a little bit, and then eventually, we're going to skip to freestyle just for this one part here. Then he made it to the freestyle competition. He started off slow, and then he became the Todd LeDuc of old. He went and got some huge jumps, some LeDuc leaps, and wrapped it up with the truck in pieces. So, although he didn't get freestyle, he still went out on top with a great freestyle run and a racing title to boot. So, a crazy ending for a crazy career. Like, again, Todd LeDuc definitely was a very great driver, and he has said he might be back sometimes for like fill-ins here and there, but in terms of full competition, full dedicated seasons, and World Finals appearances in competition, he is done. after this World Finals has just ended. So, Jared, what's your
And
thoughts on Todd the Duke, and what are some of your favorite moments from him?
honestly, it has to be when he does so many has to be the Leduc leaps that he's actually have been doing for some time. And I never got to meet the man, and actually, I gotta say he's gotta be somebody that actually looking to risk everything on the truck, just go full boogie till, and just whatever happens, happens. As some people would say. Hey, honestly, I gotta say that's an amazing way to cap off his career.
Definitely with a racing title there. Um, I don't think anybody who's like going into the retirement season, I don't think they gained a title. I think Todd might be the first, but still, that's a very, very big accomplishment and definitely an emotional moment. Let's see some of your comments here on some of your favorite moments on Todd the Duke. Let's keep this going here.
Yeah, that as you said, also the freaking backflip that he done at Nashville. Literally, as Jim Cole says, he almost went to the moon in that thing. But yeah, really amazing as well. Uh, So there's so many things I love to talk about Todd League as well. But yeah, it's amazing how far he's came.
Yep, and let's see here. We got Mr. Random saying that he saw the Leduc leap in person, and it looks like his favorite moment is the Leduc leap from World Finals 15 or 20, depends on which one. Um, really, any of his Leduc leaps. Yeah, I think we could pretty much say that his huge jumps, whether it was the one from World Finals 15 or the few from this year's World Finals, Todd the Duke, when he is good to get air and like he's clear to go, he'll get the air, and it really showed.
Indeed, and the reactions. Scott Butero and Scott Douglas's reaction when he first done it, it need no explanation. And to be honest, that man and go full boy tilt.
Yep. So after the racing title got crowned finally, after the next day wait, we made it over to the Lucas Oil High Jump Championship, and Ryan Anderson beat Bryce Kenny by a landslide. Uh, 23 feet over Monster Mutt's 20 feet. So, again, it's all about approaching the ramp and then in the air what you got to do there, like brake checking and knowing when to let off. Because it's all about the where the rear of the tire like goes, because that's where they judge it. So Ryan was high enough, so worked out for him. And the high jump
Indeed,
championship,
and if I'm correct,
yeah.
or if I'm correct, he tripled down in this event as well.
Well, not exactly triple down. He did lose it last year, but this is his third.
Oh right,
Yeah, yeah. This is his third win overall. Um, though I feel like in that competition, I feel like high jumps a little bit in terms of getting championships. Because, like, in turn, you can get a lot of championships just by hitting the truck and then breaking it at a certain time. Honestly, I'd take that off if I was them, but it's really, or maybe even then, just have it like on like a different day, but not have it as a championship, but more of just a participation thing, just to get people fired up. I don't know, but we'll see.
right.
Uh, all right, so shifting over back to the freestyle championship. Freestyle had some great moments as well on that night. Adam Anderson, my pick for freestyle, almost got it. But 30 seconds left, he got into a weird predicament. Tried to gas out of it, but then got into a crazy crash. He almost had it. He had like the biggest air of the night. He almost had it, but he just had too much time. Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars, he had a great run. and then a wild crash at the end. He just stuffed the front right into one of the other ramps, broke the whole front off like Riggs and Rods. But you know what? We can't even call it like Riggs and Rods anymore. We gotta call it now just as Monster Jam because it can happen now. It can happen. Um,
I mean, every man for himself. What do you expect?
yeah, yeah. And then there was a couple other runs that ended up short. Jim Kohler had something going, but then just ended it early. Uh, Also, Kayla Blood, I forgot to mention she like shifted different Sparkle Smash paints. Friday she drove the regular, and then Saturday she drove the yellow paint, just to kind of get used to both. And then she ended up crashing early. Tristan England crashed early. There was a couple of early crashes that night, though there was some great moments still. Amano Castro with a crazy air into a crash. Um, and then Bari doing Bari things. But the championship went to Blake Ranger. He managed to get skill stuff in there, big air hits, 2 backflips, and a wild end. So with that, he gained the lead and then gained the freestyle championship. But there was also one last contender, and that was Tyler Menega. And this is what we're going to get into and why I said we'll get into like the encore thing. Tyler Menega, he was last up for freestyle. Ryan Anderson actually went early this year, unlike the previous couple years. So Tyler Menega, Gravedigger, he went up to the middle ramp and his battery died on him, and he just went over. He didn't get shut off. The battery just got all fucked up, so he just could not do anything about it. He just rolled over, and that was it. Just like technically a hit because he tried to go for a nose wheelie, but yeah, just a very unfortunate thing. His truck was just giving him problems all season long. He barely got the points championship though, unfortunately. The freestyle championship bit him, so hopefully he's able to get the bugs worked out. Yeah.
I'm just noticing it. Yeah, I'm currently watching it right now.
Yeah, he just
Hopefully they get it enough next season.
yeah, he just went for the nose wheelie and then the battery just killed him, so that's what happened. And this is where I want to say this. I wish they still had encores, because the people still call them encores, but I don't call them encores because they start the show. I call them based off of how they call them, which is stunts. So those are stunts. But when it comes to encores themselves, we haven't had that since the Gravedigger 40th anniversary jump, which was at the end of World Finals 21 in Orlando. Because then World Finals 22, they stopped doing it, and then they did it again for World Finals 23, and now World Finals 24. Because the reason why I'm saying this now is because now we've ran into a situation where now everyone's leaving on a dud. Because with encores, ever since World Finals 2 wasn't planned, so technically World Finals 3 where it actually was planned. Since then, they've done it for a purpose, which was get people, like getting their last bit of memories, and then just walking out of like.
Do you want to just freaking rip your shirt off and just scream out loud?
Maybe. But yeah.
I mean, come on.
So with now the encores being kind of done, at least the driver who was last, which was like Ryan Anderson for like the last few years, was able to put on a good run at the end. Though now, since Tyler Menega had that unfortunate situation and they just ended the show abruptly, it just kind of felt like they ended off on a sour note. I do wish that that they can like actually, have an encore to kind of set people home happy, I think. Like have that thing where it's either a tandem freestyle or like another stunt or like whatever they want to do, just have it happen at the end of the show. Like they could still do their opening stunts, but in terms of like something at the end of the show,
or do like what Tom Mint and Dennis Harrison did back then, extra trucks.
Yeah, maybe they can like talk to one of the drivers and like come up with something again that, but like not on the fly, but like more or less plan it out ahead of time. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Right.
say. If they did that and like had like encores at the end of the show, I think it would be a lot better on like fans' morale going out of the stadium if they have a dud, which they did this year. So now that we've seen the full picture, I think that is now a definite thing they should do by next year.
Right.
And yeah, Trooper. Yeah, I think it was 2021. I think that was like 3 years ago. Like 3 4 years. Yeah, that's still though. It's actually no 3 years. Yeah, you're right, 3 years. But still, that's crazy though that it's been that long since we've had that. But so like, what would you do, Jared? Would you have like a certain thing at the end of the show, or would you just be like, all right, should it just be like a stunt or just a tandem freestyle or like kind of like variant from like each year? What do you think?
I would kind of put a mash of everything together. It one big bowl of pure chaos in there. Like that's kind of what something I want to see with Max D's 20th anniversary on, or if they ever had one for Nashville, which I'm disappointed that they didn't do that. Or was it Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville was the 20th anniversary.
Yeah. Like I wanted to see Max D get its 20th anniversary encore, and we got robbed in there. I was like, come on, man, it's Tom's anniversary for this truck. But yeah, uh, just put everything as you said in a friggin' bowl, mix it up, and it's pure chaos. What do you expect?
Yeah, it could either be like a tandem freestyle or it can be like a stunt. I just hope I hope that they can do that by next year. Like kind of do it a little bit more. Oh my god, sorry if I'm like cutting out a lot. My brain is not working today. Um, yeah. So as I was saying, hopefully next year they can get like some sort of stunt or whatever, just to end off the show a little
I
bit
mean,
more, like not abrupt.
if you're gonna be acting like one of those NBCs from GTA, you'd be like, let's put this thing right here, and let's put it with the, or the do it. I'm sorry.
I don't get the reference. I don't play GTA. Okay,
All right, let's.
so overall, so with the World Finals now being done, let's do a little something here, and also everybody in chat as well. So we're not going to judge the World Finals from this year based off of all time. That'd be a little bit too unfair. Let's judge this, in my opinion, let's judge this based off of the rotational events only. So like World Finals 20 to 24. Where would you rank World Finals 24 in that category? Would it be like first, second, or last, or out of the four that we've had so far, or five? What do you got?
Oh God, I like. Oh jeez, I would put it in the middle because like it has some good moments. Sorry if I had to belch for a minute, but like there's some stuff I wish there was in there. Like I wanted to bring back encores as well, and then yeah, and then the night changes. I wish they would have probably kept like the old format that they used to use. Well,
Hmm.
so I would say put this in the middle maybe.
For me, I'd say second. World Finals 21 is honestly still the best in the rotational era of the World Finals so far. But with this World Finals, the things that brought it back a little bit was how the format was and the dud ending, though everything else was crazy. I mean, the racing was fun, and then we got to freestyle. They were just going on full air assault. I mean, nearly every driver that came out onto the track, they just hit everything and just gambled. Like it was just hit after hit. Their trucks were screaming. They were getting some like sick air. Got some saves out of it, crashes. I mean, and also the track was also
I'm sorry.
the track was also a step up from last year. So like again, I'm not really judging skills in high jump really. I'm just sticking with racing and freestyle for this. So I'd say this year was second. I'd say this year was second place to World Finals 21. And if I were to make the full list as of right now, so World Finals 21 is number one. World Finals 24 is number two. World Finals, I'd say World Finals 20 was third. World Finals 23 would be second to last. And World Finals 22, like, honestly, one of the worst. I think World Finals 20 was,
Right.
you know, uh, like, in my opinion, World Finals 22 was, like, one of the worst ever. Like, honestly. That one I had, like, a really big gripe over. But World Finals 24, I'd say it was a really, really good World Finals this year. And hopefully next year when they go to Salt Lake, hopefully they'll have some more step ups from what they had this year. But let's see. Let's take a look here. We got Trooper. He put World Finals 21 first as well. World Finals 23 second. I could see from the that racing championship. World Finals 24 third. And you got World Finals 22nd fourth and World Finals 20 last. And Clay also put World Finals 20. I think World Finals 21 in terms of the rotational era has been, I think, possibly unanimously first, I'd say.
Would say so. Regardless, the
And,
moment I just heard you say in the truck stream, I just picture Mark Clark going,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And now let's see here. And then Mike Trapper said this one, World Finals 24, is possibly the best one in the rotational schedule, or with it, over World Finals 21. And then Mr. Random put World Finals 20 was the best. And then Clay's updated list, World Finals 21 first, 24 second, 23rd third, 22nd fourth, World Finals 20 last. But yeah. Now let's talk about two more things. World Finals comes back to Salt Lake City for 2026, as the rumors and the and some of the people who have said to me that it might be a 2-year deal, that is true. They will be back at Salt Lake City for World Finals 26 or 25. Jesus. World Finals 25 for 2026 is what I was trying to say. So with that, are you surprised that they're going for this 2-year deal?
I actually am surprised, actually. I thought they were probably just going to change it up to a different stadium, but oh, they're going again here, I guess.
Honestly, I was not surprised with it because of two things. As I said back in the last one, one, because of the sponsors. They had the Utah Sports Commission on not just Salt Lake City locations, but like every other location they had a Utah Sports Commission sponsor on the banner. And the other thing was the FIFA World Cup's coming up next year, and all these different locations are gonna get the FIFA World Cup treatment, where they're gonna have like a bunch of things built or renovated to get to this big event. And yeah, so honestly, not too surprised with that, with both outcomes. And by 2027, we should have a new World Finals location.
All right.
Now let's get to one more thing, and that was the schedule. Obviously, when we heard about it, I quickly went and did a quick podcast episode during one of my lunch breaks in my truck, so no one was able to hear me again. If you thought I meant I did it in the middle of my work, then you are crazy as hell. So I
wasn't able to tune into that, so I didn't see it.
Again, that was like months ago, like freaking like probably late January, early February. So ever since then, we had our moment to complain, and it started off unanimously as this is a bad idea, and then some people tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, and then we got to the show itself. So from the parts that you saw, and things that you've heard, do you think this worked, or do you think it didn't work at all?
I mean, it was there's some good and there's some bad in there. I can't say what they are, but I don't know honestly. It's just like, yeah, I know people want to see old school stuff, but yeah, and old school as well because like I believe if I'm correct, they brought back some old crush cars, but
Oh yeah, they did.
and
With
again
I
they got
forgot to mention they also had like they had a van stack in like the right by the barriers for racing, and then on the hill to cover up that gap, they had a like a car on like a little hill.
right. And another thing is though, I'm a little bit that they keep shutting trucks off because of debris in there. I get it's a safety reason, but like I know people want to kind of people want to see old school stuff as well,
I
like
think you're
myself
getting
included.
a little off topic, but
Yeah, sorry.
yeah. In terms of the schedule itself, I mean it got more people there compared to some of the racing dates, but either way, it was only by a teeny bit. So I'd say honestly, just revert back to the original schedule because it felt more organized, and it like the original format had it where you knew what was coming up and you weren't missing anything for each competition. Like there's a racing night, you had racing plus you had skills, and then the freestyle night you had freestyle plus high jump. Um, or if you wanted to replace high jump, you could always do best trick or whatever. But let's see. Oh, Mike Trapper, he actually put a couple things. The show was good, but there is one major problem with the format. For example, on Saturday, people kept booing the judges because no one until Blake Ranger got the lead. It was too complicated. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, because did I wonder did they play a video of Zach Gardner's freestyle for the fans before they got in, or did he just like go right ahead? And
I'm
also
not
people
so
wanted to
sure
see some
actually.
drivers on certain dates and were disappointed. Lost my voice screaming like Jim during his run. Oh man, Grave, I hope you had a good time there. And it says that girl on Friday, no one would have liked the show. The casual fans wouldn't like it. Yeah, yeah. So with that format, and I just look back. I don't think they played a video of Zach Gardner's freestyle for the fans to watch to like get familiar with who's in the lead. Um, they probably showed the fans. Um, yeah. Let me see. Now I'm honestly curious because again I've been watching on and off of the World Finals when it was live, and then I just got back to it after. Yeah, not the whole thing though. But the fans didn't see it. Oh, okay. Okay, so all in all, it just felt, yeah, maybe they didn't care. Yeah. Yeah, probably they were either attending to their kids or they were on their phones. Yeah, so all in all, the schedule definitely was pretty bad in execution. Because even then, also for racing, it was two different tracks. Even though that they got the practice lap in, it still just felt really different. But at least at least the scoring was okay. But wow, hopefully they can revert back. And if they revert back, I don't see the first night getting affected that bad. Let's be real. I think the
Right.
first night of racing, or the first night with racing and skills, would have pretty much the same number of people as they've gotten for the first night with this different format. Because technically, for the different format, you're only getting one champion, but with the other format, you're getting two for one night and two for the other. So you kind of benefit too with that. So honestly, I'd go back to the original format. Now that we finally got the now that we finally got the new format actually, there and we actually got to experience it. Yeah, I gave it a chance, but I don't like it. So I hope they go to the regular format by next year.
Right.
All right, so now let's go ahead and let's get some questions in here. We are just about to wrap up very soon, just almost about an hour in. We got everything all done. We talked about the some of the reveals that happened. We talked about qualifying. We talked about the first night, the second night, the controversial moments. We stuttered over our words on like every single note because, well, for me, I'm very, very exhausted. Um, and now, if you have any questions, leave them in, and we will wrap up very, very soon here on the podcast and the end of season 3. In terms of the main part of the season, we'll what I'll do. I'll chip in time to time with the podcast, but that's only if like a major event happens for Monster Jam that I can watch, or if I have enough things to cover in terms of news, I can do that too. So that's pretty much what we'll be doing until 2026. All right, so Trooper, opinion on World Finals 24 Avenger. I feel this World Finals Avenger was definitely fitting. Having the Garner body and having them do the paint, I thought it was a really, really good fitting truck design. Looked really, really nice. Always loved that garnered flame paint job. All right, let's see here. So we got Mr. Random. Do you think Blake deserved the win? Yes, I do. Although Zach had a crazy run, Blake, honestly, I felt like he had more of a different variety in his run. He had both skills hits, large air, 2 backflips, and wow factors. Zach Garner missed just a teeny bit. I thought Blake got it. And yeah, obviously there's going to be a debate with whoever wins freestyle. Well, the only time it didn't is with Ryan Anderson in World Finals 19. That's like the only time it really happened. All the other World Finals, there's always a debate. So opinions are different between each other, and I don't mind. Why do you think high jump sucked? Because I want to have your take on it. I think because Ryan Anderson was like the only one that really had a good hit. Everyone else had pretty low hits, and even Jim Kohler, I think something was up with the truck, and he didn't get a lot of air. So, like, it's not that Ryan Anderson's winning a lot. You'll get that with really any event, and if the event's like, oh, it's because this guy wins all the time, then that's just biased. That's just kind of pointless. So with my take on it, I'd say the reason why it sucked is because there wasn't really a lot of good hits in high jump. I think just Ryan and Bryce was like the only ones that actually had a decent hit in the high jump championship.
All right. Okay. What do you think the 50th anniversary for Team Grid would be like? Thomas, what do you think of that?
Oh, and that came from Rail Stalker Adventures. 50th anniversary. That's a while from now. It's kind of hard to predict because I don't know what the sport will look like up to that point. But if it was still around what we're looking at today, I'd say something crazy. I don't know if they take a chapter off of Bigfoot and do gold, or they do like a crazy paint job that's completely custom. I'm not sure, but I know they'll probably do something crazy because obviously 50 years is a big deal. Like you're seeing Bigfoot this year, they're going like insane with I think like they came out with like 4 different paints. They had one exclusive for like the open house, then they got 2 independent Bigfoot designs, and then they have the Hot Wheels one. So yeah, I'd say for that one, for the Gravedigger paint, probably something gold related or crazy paint. All right, let's see here. What do you think of the young guys being on top? Mike, Pag, Weston, and Zach doing really good. I'd say this is really, really good. We're seeing the next generation, and they're pushing the veterans harder, making the shows better, and now everyone's a threat. I'd say with that, we're in a really good spot for the future of Monster Jam, because now we're seeing everyone going at it, and it's just very, very cool to see.
Right.
Your takes on the S&S Feld trucks.
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes. Oh, okay, yeah. Cause I was, yeah. Again, I act like an old person when it comes to like short text like that.
You're not getting old on me yet.
I'm 22, but I'm 70 years old. So the Megalodon paint, obviously, a very fitting paint. Though I do wish they had like I don't know like some different placement for like the stripes, maybe like towards like either the back or the front of the truck. Then for the El Toro Loco one, perfect. Can't really say anything about JCB because that one actually didn't happen in person. So let's pretend that didn't happen. And then for Gravedigger, I think I've said this before. I thought it was okay. Again, with the placement for the firework, I wish if they had to have a firework, I wish they had it like behind the ghost or something like that. They didn't. I
Or
felt
better yet,
yeah,
like, why not put it behind the haunted house over there?
maybe better. Yeah, maybe. I think that'd work. It's either that or the house. Yeah. So
Doing of something we're getting older. You're trying to rip off on Distractable now, Mike Trapper? Come on.
you should do an episode about that. Oh my god, he puts that comment almost every single time I bring up that I act like I'm an old fart or you know, or even if I'm not even that old, I act like something the equivalent of like a Hank Hill. So, um, yeah. So in terms of the Stars and Stripes trucks, El Toro Loco, perfect. Megalodon, good but could need some tweaking. And then for Gravedigger, again, pretty good paint, though they should have added the ghost.
Oh man, I knew he got the reference.
Oh, it was a reference. Oh my god. Throughout that entire
I've seen the
time, I
episode. I know what he
never
means.
got the reference. I just been looking at the comment and being like, yeah,
Eat out your
I don't get
Thomas,
it.
come on.
Again, I am really out of touch, but who cares? Who fucking cares? Okay.
Okay, we should probably do one more question right now.
Yeah, one
Opinion
last.
on the 80th anniversary JCB Digatron.
Yep, coming from Trooper. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up. I thought it was good. It because obviously people were saying it was meh, but they didn't really get the point. The body was supposed to be like an older thing from JCB like 80 years ago, where it had like the red scoops and like the white in the middle. So honestly, I thought that one was fitting for the anniversary. And yeah, there's like no other way that they could have done it.
Right.
All right, so I think we're done now. I think we're gonna wrap it up here for the podcast. Yeah, 80th anniversary rail. It was for JCB the company itself. And if you take a look, yeah,
McDonald's tickets.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. Yeah,
I'm
that's
loving this one.
and yeah, 80 years ago, they lied. The one who made JCB was Ronald McDonald 80 years ago, and this is
Somebody better edit Ronald McDonald's face on that truck right now, please.
either that or have like Ronald McDonald next to the truck or like next to like old JCB equipment and make it like some sort of corporate advertisement, and I would be dying with that one.
Yeah.
Or if I'm bored tomorrow, if my work is dead, I'll probably do that or something. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the podcast, Jared. It was great to see you again. Again, it's been a while since we've actually talked here.
Yeah. Uh, I'm probably. I'm also gonna say this actually. I might be actually. I'm probably gonna be retiring soon from Rigs of Rods Racing as well, cause like, yeah, I am. But yeah. Uh, but yeah, thanks for having me on here, Thomas.
Yeah, no problem. And again, yeah, when you move on, you move on. All right, so yep, thank you so much, guys, for joining here on the TF Motorsports podcast. And it's gonna be a while before we get a new episode. So all I'll say is we got new content coming up very soon. Mostly Motorsports Hour. All the other original content, I'm kind of struggling with ideas. If you guys have ideas, then be sure to let me know in the Discord server. I will get back to you on that. But other than that, I got Motorsports Hour planned with dirt racing and monster trucks, which I got a filming next weekend on Sunday at Middletown. So that'll be my next project coming up. And other than that, we're kind of slow, but hey, if we do have some sort of like a topic video or maybe like a list, we'll let you guys know, or maybe even a collab. I might collab with somebody. I'll get you guys all updated on that on the Discord. And again, Discord server is in the description down below if you guys want to join there. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you for a successful Season 2.